Stop scrolling. Stop looking away. What I'm about to tell you will change the way you think about the people who have hurt you, and it will shake you in ways you've never been shaken before. Because the truth is, most of the advice you've been fed about dealing with betrayal, pain, or heartbreak is complete nonsense. People tell you to forgive too quickly, to move on, without understanding, to get over it as if your life is a simple reset button. That's not reality. That's not power. And if you've been living your life according to those lies, then every insult, every betrayal, every act of cruelty have stolen something from you that you didn't even realize you were giving away. Your peace, your focus, and your power. But here's what no one tells you. You can take it back. You can take all that pain, the rejection, the betrayal, the heartbreak, and turn it into something that nobody can touch. Nobody can take away. You can rise above the people who hurt you in a way that leaves them irrelevant, while you become unstoppable, unshakable, and untouchable. And when you do, the world will notice, but more importantly, you will feel it in every part of your life, your confidence, your clarity, your drive. If you keep watching, I'm going to show you the truth behind pain, the real reason people hurt, and the exact mindset you must adopt to turn their actions into your fuel, to rise above revenge, to forgive without weakness, and to reclaim your life fully. By the time this video ends, you won't just feel motivated, you'll feel armed with a power that they can never take from you. So stay with me. Don't click away. This isn't just another speech. This is the moment you realize that your life, your strength, and your future have always been yours. And it's time to take them back. Most people live their lives reacting to the people who hurt them. They replay the insults, the betrayals, the moments of disrespect in their minds over and over again, as if rehearsing pain could somehow change the past. But here's the first truth that will shock you. You are in control of your pain, not the person who caused it. They do not have the power you think they have. Their actions were theirs, rooted in their own fear, insecurity, or weakness. And yet, somehow, many of us hand over the keys to our emotions, letting them dictate our moods, our decisions, and even our self-worth. Imagine that for a moment. Your life being quietly steered by someone who doesn't even know your value. It sounds absurd when you say it out loud, but this is the reality for millions of people. The first step to reclaiming yourself is seeing the truth clearly. The person who hurt you acted from their own limitations, not from any measure of who you are. Their choices reveal their character, not yours. Once you grasp that, the way you relate to your pain changes. It no longer becomes a chain that holds you back. It becomes a signal, a mirror reflecting areas where you can reclaim control, grow stronger, and sharpen your focus. You begin to understand that pain, while unavoidable, is never compulsory. You decide how long it stays with you. You decide whether it shapes you or merely informs you. Here's the most crucial part. Your life only changes when you take full responsibility for your own emotional state. Waiting for apologies, recognition, or validation from someone who hurt you is a trap. It keeps your energy tied up in someone else's world. The moment you step out of that cycle, you step into freedom. You stop being a passive actor in your own story and become the author of your life. Every decision, every thought, every action becomes a tool to reclaim your power. So let this sink in. No one can steal your peace unless you allow them to. No one can define your worth unless you agree to it. Pain is not permission to shrink. It is the invitation to rise. And when you finally understand that, you will never hand your power over to anyone again. Your life, your mind, your strength, own it because it has always been yours. Most people think that when someone hurts them, the only way to regain power is to get even. They imagine revenge in its simplest form, hurting them back, exposing them, proving them wrong. And for a moment, it might feel satisfying, almost like justice has been served. But the truth is far deeper, far more transformative. Real power does not come from retaliation. Real power comes from rising above, from stepping out of the trap of their actions and creating a life so strong, so undeniable that no one can touch it. That is the kind of power that leaves a lasting mark, not on the person who hurt you, but on the world, and most importantly, on yourself. When you respond with anger or revenge, you are still tethered to the very thing you despise. Your energy, your focus, your peace, everything is still in their hands because you are reacting, not acting. But when you rise above, you flip the script completely. You take back the narrative. You stop letting their behavior define your day, your mood, your decisions. Instead, you let your life, your choices, and your success define you. Every achievement, every moment of growth, every calm response in the face of chaos becomes your statement. You become untouchable, not because they are punished, but because you refuse to let them occupy your mind or drain your energy. This is the moment when the shift happens. The people who hurt you, who tried to limit you, who attempted to make you smaller, they shrink in significance the moment you rise above them. They become irrelevant, shadows in a life that is too bright, too powerful, too determined to be weighed down by resentment. Your rise becomes your ultimate form of revenge, not because it hurts them, but because it hurts them, but because it elevates you. Your freedom, your peace, and your success cannot be stolen. And that is a victory no one can ever take away. So stop chasing petty retaliation. Stop wasting your energy trying to prove someone wrong. The real triumph lies in living a life so strong, so focused, and so unstoppable that no one's actions can touch your essence. When you understand this, revenge becomes unnecessary and power becomes effortless. Rise above, not to hurt them, but to honor yourself. And in that rise, discover the true measure of your strength. Forgiveness is a concept that many people misunderstand. They believe it is something you do for the person who hurt you, a gift you give to them to ease their guilt or earn their approval. But the reality is far more profound. Forgiveness is for you, not them. Holding on to anger, resentment, and the replay of past wounds is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Every moment you cling to their mistakes, every memory you allow to fester, steals your energy, clouds your judgment, and slows your progress. The power of forgiveness lies in its ability to free you from that burden, to reclaim the space in your mind and heart that you have been unknowingly giving away. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It does not mean excusing or condoning what was done. It does not even mean reconciling with the person who hurt you. Forgiveness simply means you are choosing to release their hold over your life. You are choosing to stop letting their actions dictate your emotions, your decisions, and your peace. This is an act of strength, not weakness. It is an act of courage, not compromise. By forgiving, you are saying, I will no longer be a prisoner to the choices of someone else. I will no longer allow their mistakes to define my life. And here is the most important truth. When you forgive, you reclaim your energy. You reclaim your focus. You reclaim the parts of yourself that were lost in the chaos of hurt and betrayal. The person who caused the pain becomes less significant, becomes less significant, becomes less significant. Their actions no longer control the rhythm of your days, the mood of your nights, or the trajectory of your life. You have taken the wheel, and nothing from the past can push you off course unless you allow it. The path to true strength and peace is not found in revenge or bitterness. It is found in releasing, letting go, and moving forward with intention. Forgiveness is the tool that allows you to rebuild, refocus, and realign your life with purpose and power. When you forgive, you are not changing the past. You are changing your future. You are choosing yourself over the pain, your freedom over their mistakes, and your growth over their limitations. So remember this. Forgiveness is not for them. It is your declaration that your life will no longer be held hostage by anyone else's actions. Your peace is non-negotiable, and it begins the moment you release what does not serve you. Pain is inevitable. Everyone experiences it. Everyone is hurt at some point. But the difference between those who crumble under it and those who rise above it lies in how they use that pain. Pain, betrayal, disappointment, and heartbreak are not signs of weakness. They are raw materials for strength. Every scar you carry, every wound you thought would break you, contains a lesson, an insight, and a power that is waiting to be unlocked. The people who hurt you did not take anything from you. They only revealed the spaces in which you could grow, the resilience you could build, and the strength you could claim. The strongest people are not those who avoid pain. They are those who face it, acknowledge it, and refuse to let it define them. When you experience betrayal or harm, you have a choice. You can let it fester, you can let it control your mood and your actions, or you can turn it into fuel. Fuel for determination, fuel for focus, fuel for creating a life that no one can diminish. Pain becomes a teacher. It becomes a mirror, showing you the areas of your life where you need to stand taller, speak louder, and act bolder. It is through this transformation that the truly unstoppable emerge. The people who once seemed invincible